When you are trying to make change in your life, you often find yourself dreaming about something better and trying, but not getting anywhere. You have all sorts of distractions and you find it hard to shift your focus off those distractions to focus on what you want to change. Or you put things off until later when you have more time to focus or you feel like you're in a better place. You see others, people around you or people online doing great things, and you wonder how they manage to make their lives so great, or you just flounder away not doing anything. Today I have left my crime office to work at the MSI Forensic Lab, and that stands for Melodrama Scene Investigation. And we're going to do some DMA analysis, and that's direction, mindset, and action. Then we're going to look at how you can transfer your life by using the MAD method. The MAD method will help you set yourself up so there is really no choice but to work in the direction that you want. So DMA stands for direction, mindset, action. And unlike its cousin, DNA, you can actually rewrite your DMA. First up, we have direction. Think of this as the blueprint that shows you how you got to this point, where you've been, what you've done. You get to decide if this is the direction that you want to go. In life, direction is like the genetic markers in DNA. It's the history that you carry with you. Your background influences everything about where you're heading. So if you're feeling stuck, it's often because your direction gene has pushed you into a certain script, whether you wanted it or not. And you have to remember that you're not locked into this direction. You have the power to change your direction. When we think about this, or we think about how to shift the direction, we've got to ask ourselves, where do I really want to go in the future? And we need to be honest. It's not about where we're supposed to be going or where others or society thinks we should be going. It's about your version of where you want your future to go. It's about scrubbing out those old directions, cleaning everything up, getting rid of your limiting beliefs, and starting fresh. And once you know your new direction, everything else will start to fall into place. Now let's look at mindset. This one is key in our DMA analysis. Mindset gets fed by the direction. It's the on-off switch for every action. If you're feeling stuck, you tend to get stuck in a negative mindset and you find yourself with no motivation, no focus, and you're unable to make the changes as it keeps you in a cycle of old patterns. You get locked into beliefs that you've had from your past, and these dictate how you think, how you feel, and they create that internal conversation that you have. And maybe you were told you weren't good at something. Maybe you failed something or made some bad choices and decisions, and they may have led to not great outcomes or created habits that you can't break. And these have turned into patterns that are working on repeat, and they have a real power over you. It's like invisible scripts running inside your head from your background, quietly setting the direction and sabotaging where you're going in life. When you dig into your mindset, you're looking for these invisible scripts that are running. So you can challenge them and you can call them out and you can start to rewrite them. One of the questions you need to ask yourself is, what beliefs are you holding on to that keep you stuck? You need to identify and rewrite these beliefs to make sure they're taking where you want to go rather than where you've been. The last one we have to look at is action. And action is where everything comes together and how everything is happening. Every choice and every move that you've made is influenced by this, from your direction and your mindset. So if the things that you've done to your mindset become your actions, it can get pretty murky and awful. But here's where it gets confusing. Action is a part that you can change relatively fast. You can just start doing something different or something new. But if you make no other changes in your direction or your mindset, they stay in control of where you're going. And you will find yourself stopping those new actions or dropping back into those old patterns so naturally. And it feeds that feeling of I can't change or I failed narratives. So how do you change your direction? It's pretty simple. We move the D to the end. And this is where we start to bring in shifts because we're going to focus on changing our mindset first. And here comes the MAD method. Changing your mindset will create a better narrative and more positive thoughts and feelings, which naturally will flow into more positive actions, which will start to take you in the new direction that you want to go in the future. Each shift in your mindset is like a signal to your life's DMA, rewriting it in real time. So every step forward, no matter how small, starts rewriting the code of who you are, but more importantly, who you are becoming. As we transform our DMA to mindset first, leading into our actions, and then our actions then take us in the directions that we want. Oh, it's not as green as I would have liked. We end up going in a direction that we really want to go. And that helps us to make intentional choices, to break away from those old patterns and those old cycles and transform the old scripts and beliefs into future new scripts and new beliefs. So with the MAD method, you start with your mindset and you challenge every belief that's been holding you back, especially the ones that keep telling you that you can't. That will then naturally flow into your actions because of the change of your mindset, and that will take you towards the future. And how does that actually look? You start to say, let's use, I want to have a healthier lifestyle. If you have a mindset that says, I am already a healthy person and I am going to be a healthy person, you will naturally start to take actions that align with that mindset. And that takes you in the direction of having a more healthy lifestyle. So you kind of, once you have your mindset set and your beliefs really encoded into your head, those actions and directions have to happen. You can't change them. And this is how MAD can make your life so much better. It's in your hands, or rather your mind, to change. Mindset first, flowing into action, flowing in the direction, and it will just help you break free of so many of those things that have held you back. So you want to get out there and you want to get mad or go mad. The next step of learning is, how do we actually let go of some of that stuff in the past? Because it always resurfaces. And we're going to talk about that in the next video, which will be here.